Uh, I'm a public school teacher, and I'm presenting the following information because the general public is not aware of what transpires in many high school classrooms. This pamphlet contains extensive notes of behavior of students in some classes, followed by actions taken by the teacher. These notes reflect classroom experiences common to many teachers who experience similar situations. This is not unusual. I will reference each student with a fictitious name, and it is my hope that this expose will, in addition to informing the public, spur other teachers to compile records of similar experiences. This is an effort to participate in analyzing the problems and constructing an effective strategy to respond to the crisis in public education. In these notes, the students' behavior was recorded sequentially by date. We will begin describing the behavior now.
This is the behavior of Joan. 9:28.
She mimics me when I ask a student to sit straight. She says,
"Up straight, titties out."
she models the position as she says this.
9:29.
She refused to do any work on an exam.
10:3.
I ask her to put example number 1 on the board, but she says,
"Get the fuck out of here."
she says,
"What the fuck?"
and talking to another student.
Spoke to father. October 10th.
She's constantly talking, all period. Okay? An observer saw her passing notes every time I turned around to write on the board. She is constantly talking when I ask her to be quiet, and she said sarcastically,
"I'm very, very sorry."
she's loud and disrespectful.
October 20th.
Reading a note, I hear her say,
"That was so fucking obvious."
later she passes a note to Lillian.
October 23rd.
She walks in late to class. When I ask her to take out her notebook, she says,
"I have a mean-ass headache."
I hear her say,
Bullshit.
Spoke to mother. November 20th.
she was constantly talking. When I look at her and ask her to stop, she says,
"You look like you want to kick me."
December 8th.
she was constantly talking during an exam.
December 13th.
When I ask her to change her seat, she says,
"Get the fuck out of my face."
then after a few more curses, she says,
"Fuck you, asshole."
and she ran out of the room.
December 18th.
She was constantly talking, and then she yells out loudly.
That's a good one.
When she told me as I'm writing this down,
I don't care.
The behavior of Alan. September 27th.
Throws a pen.
October 3rd.
Refuses to take assigned seat. He says things to incite other students. Does not concentrate on work.
Left 2 messages. October 4th. Spoke to parent. October 13th.
Talking and unsettled all period during an exam.
October 16th.
No notes more than halfway through the period. Talkative.
October 17th.
Constant talking all period. Continues despite several warnings.
October 24th.
Eating candy. Keeps eating after warning.
October 30th.
No notes or classwork halfway through the period.
November 1st.
When I ask him to turn around and be quiet, he says,
I don't care what the fuck he writes down.
November 10th.
drops his exam on the floor at the same time as K. Then I find him with K's exam on his desk.
November 13th. Forwarded to AP. November 14th.
Has no notes, 25 to 30 minutes into the period.
November 27th.
Continues very animated conversation despite several requests to stop.
December 4th.
Constant talking all period. Does little work.
December 7th.
Constant talking, little class work, seems almost unable to write anything down.
December 18th.
Constant talking, won't settle down, refuses to change seat when I ask him to. He said,
No matter where I sit, I'm going to talk.
constant back talk.
Spoke to mother. December 19th.
Constant talking. Starts back talking when I ask him to quiet down. Yells back at me every time I ask him to be quiet. He says,
Don't look at me. This shit gets annoying.
December 20th. Second forward to AP. December 20th.
I had to go to the hallway to get security as another student ripped the cord to the phone out of my hands. When I walked back into the room, A was going through my Delaney book. I saw his hand on a card which he had pulled. When he saw me, he returned the card.
Removed by security and referral written. December 22nd.
Constant talking during exam. Refuses to settle down. Yells across the room to another student. Near the end of the period, he made some animal noises.
January 3rd.
Constant talking. Will not stop after several requests, but continues brazenly.
Parent called. Third forward to AP. Behavior of Harriet. September 22nd.
She's not taking notes, and she's constantly talking. Then she says, apparently referring to me,
What's the thing from Sesame Street? Mr. Rogers?
September 28th.
very talkative, not serious, speaks to another student across the room, disruptive and disrespectful. She says,
Shit!
when I ask her to watch her language, she says,
Shit!
October 3rd.
she yells across the room, constant wisecracking. When I ask her who can answer a question, she yells out,
Can.
constant talking and joking. She's just not serious.
Left message in afternoon. Spoke to mother in the evening. October 6th.
Does work for another class, all period. Insisted on fixing an umbrella at the beginning of the period.
October 11th.
Constant talking and fooling around. She's not serious about the class. When Andrea says,
She has 3 nipples.
Kathy starts feeling her chest. She also said,
I just farted.
she throws a paper. She disrupted the class for the entire period.
October 17th.
Talks loudly several times during the period. Causes disruption and commotion for the entire period.
October 19th.
Breaks out laughing and clapping her hands with Andrea.
October 23rd. Removed from class by AP. Behavior. October 24th.
Constant loud talking and cracking jokes. Very disruptive. She says,
Why are you writing me up? I don't appreciate that.
and then continues,
Oh, fuck.
yells out something about,
Goonies.
Left message for mother. October 27th. Discussed situation with mother during open school afternoon. October 30th.
Constant talking and disruption. All period.
October 31st. Forwarded to AP.
Says,
Fuck you.
jumps up and screams something about Flatbush. Sings with Diana, and it continues after I ask them to stop.
November 1st.
Making noises.
November 14th.
Says,
You want to? My face, bitch.
she is constantly talking and yelling. She yells out 3 times.
T called me a bitch.
Also heard,
She fucked some boy, AIDS.
and she wrote on the back of I's shirt in pencil. She was very disruptive most of the period.
Spoke to mother.